everyone, Daisy here with a video for SpiegelMom Scraps. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make origami dresses. If you're not interested in seeing the tutorial, please skip ahead, I think to the 6-minute mark, and that'll get you past the tutorial for how to make these cute little dresses and show you the process video. So you're going to start out with a square piece of paper. For demonstration purposes, I am using a 6x6 piece of paper. My little dresses are made by 3x3 pieces of paper. Your first fold is going to be to fold the square in half. You're going to make sure you meet the sides up, and then you want to make a crisp fold so you can, I use my fingers or the side of my scissors to crisp up that fold. Next, you're going to open it up and have the white side of the paper facing up, and you are going to fold each side into the center, meeting at that center line. That is going to create, basically you're folding it into fourths. So you can see there. Then you're going to take that second fold you made and you're going to meet it into the middle fold, and you're going to create a little pleat. Basically, it's the pleat of the dress that you're creating here. You want to line it up nicely and then make sure that's a nice crisp fold. I don't have a bone folder, but it'd probably work a lot better, but I just use the side of my scissors. It works fine. You're going to do that the same on both sides, so really creating that pleat that's in the dress. And if you're a little off on your folds with this design, it's not the end of the world. It is a little bit more forgiving than some other origami designs are. So don't beat yourself up if it's not completely together in the middle or whatever. So now you're going to flip it so that the pattern side is down, and you are going to fold. Basically, we're making the bodice of the dress right now. So you are going to fold it over. And you want to leave a little bit of the white paper showing because you want your skirt to be longer than your bodice. So you don't want to fold this directly in half or your dress is going to be proportioned funny. As you can see there, I left just a little chunk because I wanted a little bit bigger of a bodice. So after you crisp up that fold, then you're going to fold the pattern side back. So you're creating like a little zigzag here. And that's kind of where the dress, or where the skirt attaches to the dress. Next, we're going to release the skirt pleat, I guess. We're going to, you kind of pull it out, and you want that top corner of the skirt to kind of line up with the bodice piece of the dress. So you can see here, I'm going to pull it out, and you can see where it meets up there really nicely up towards the bodice, and then you're just going to press down that pleat so that it stays put and doesn't unfold. Next, you're going to fold down the two little corners on the bodice, and it looks like it's creating a little collar to the dress, but it's not actually what it's going to be, but that's what it kind of looks like to me. Then you fold it over, or you flip it over to the white side, and it's easier if you make a little light crease underneath where those two little collar pieces are, because you're going to fold it out. And this is a little bit harder to explain. So you're going to pull down the top of the bodice and fold those little triangle collar points out, and they will create a bigger triangle on the back. And I'm sorry if I'm not describing that super well, but you can kind of see here how I'm opening up that triangle and then flattening it. Next, we're going to create the bodice, so we're going to fold that straight piece into the middle and really crease that. And then for the skirt, you're going to fold along that edge, just kind of a little diagonal or triangle there, because you want your skirt to flare out, so that creates that flare. You can see there kind of how I did that. And then you're going to do the same on the other side. Now with a bigger dress like this, it is much easier, so if you are thinking about playing with this technique, I would definitely try it, maybe using a piece of copy paper because pattern paper is pretty thick, and then just give it a try with some better, some thinner paper, and you can, the more you do, the better you get, right? So now we have the dress done, but we're going to create the little sleeves. So on the back, you're going to take those tips and you're just going to fold it over, and that creates the little like cap sleeve on the dress. And then you're done. And there you go. Super cute little dress. So now I created quite a few, but I think I created 3 of each of these patterns. And these are all made out of the florals from the Horizon collection from Paige Evans. I absolutely love the florals, and this just seemed like a fun way to use them. So I decided to do some paint stripes on my background, and I'm using just cheap acrylic paint in a light yellow, which is Daybreak, a purple, which is Hyacinth, and light turquoise is the other one. And I just kind of paired them with the pattern paper that it would match best with. And just used a dry brush and just spread it down. And I wasn't trying to be perfect here or anything. I did want a little bit more coverage just because I wasn't sure where I was putting everything, so I didn't want like a big hole in the paint right in the middle there. And then my lines were looking a little crooked because the yellow got a little thin on one end, so I just added a little extra there. Excuse me. And so now I'm just kind of playing with the placement, and I was thinking I'm going to do this staggered kind of design here. And I have these adorable photos of my oldest daughter when she was probably about 2 years old, and she has always been a fashionista. Like, she'd never liked to wear pants, so we would always put her in dresses, and we always got like super cute dresses on sale. And this is the dress she's wearing in these pictures is my absolute favorite dress. Like, I think I still have it because I love it so much. And one day we were just goofing around in the living room, and I asked her to show Mama her pretty dress. And first I got her like squatting down, and then she pulls it up and shows me her belly button, and then she gives me a nice big smile in which her brother is photobombing in the background. So I just thought these were adorable photos, and they're not great quality, and it doesn't really matter. I love them. It's all about the memories, right? So I am backing these photos with little scraps of leftover paper, and I'm not alternating, but I'm using a different paper than the row it's in, if that makes sense. So in the row with the white dresses, I used, I think, the pink paper. The row with the pink paper dresses, I used the blue paper, and the blue paper dresses, I used the white paper. So I'm going to pop the photos up because, I mean, the dresses have a lot of dimensions, so I'm going to pop the photos up on some fun foam. And then I wasn't sure how I was going to adhere these. I was figuring I was going to have to use my glue gun, but I don't know if anybody else is like this. I don't like to climb under my desk and plug my glue gun in. Like, it's kind of a pain. So, yeah. But I end up doing it because the wet glue wasn't holding the dress pieces closed. So here I try it, and it's not going to work. So then I'm breaking out my glue gun here. And that makes it super simple to adhere these down. Like, you just put a little bit of glue behind the folds on the back, and then you just glue it kind of down the center, and that's it. So I figured what I wanted to do was kind of decorate these dresses using these Happy Vibes sequins. They are the new one of the new sequins for March, and they have these gorgeous different pinks in it, an orange kind of flower, and then some small pink flowers, as well as these big turquoise discs. And the colors match perfectly with this collection, so I am decorating my dresses with them. Excuse me. So this first dress, when I creased it, the paper, kind of wore through a little bit. So what I did is I used some of the sequins without the holes in it, and I created like a little belt on that dress to cover up the areas where the paper was worn through. I think I added a little orange flower to the center where the pleat folds on the second one. And I can't see on my video. I mean, I just made this, but I, of course, cannot remember for the life of me how I decorated each one of these dresses. But basically, I add a bunch of sequins to each one. Some of them have like a little flower, like corsage on the dress. Some of them, there's another one that I added one of the big turquoise discs to the center, and then I stacked sequins on that one, so I'd added the turquoise disc and then one of those sequins without a hole and then a flower on top of that. One of them has like 3 of the little pink flowers on the bodice, and I believe I do a dark blue belt because there are some tiny dark blue sequins in this Happy Vibes mix. So, I just kind of played around until I liked what I saw, and I mean, the sequins are a perfect, what girl doesn't want to be all glittery and sparkly, right? So they were the perfect addition to these little dresses. And I don't know if anybody else can notice, I just switched around my craft room and I haven't gotten my lighting and my camera quite right yet. I also got a new like tripod thing for my camera, and I feel like it's turning it at a funny angle, so I'll have to play around with that. But I feel like my lighting is creating more shadows, so I have to figure out what I did differently. But I'm still working on the dresses here. If you don't already, you should definitely head on over and join the Spread the Sparkle Facebook group. That is the SpiegelMom Scraps Facebook group, and that is where you're going to find all of the new releases. Jody is doing pre-releases now, so you can order all of the monthly sequins as a group, and you get, I think it's a total of 20% off if you do it that way, and then you get all of the sequins for the month. And that, you're going to find out all of that information either in the Facebook group or on Instagram. And it's kind of a newer thing. Jody is now doing newsletters. So if you go to the SpiegelMom Scraps website and sign up for the newsletter, there are a bunch of different things that are going to be added. We're doing some tutorials in the newsletter. There is free cut files that are exclusive to newsletter subscribers, so you don't want to miss out on that. So just head on over and plug in your email, and then you'll get those right in your email. I think they come out every Sunday, I believe. So now I'm just adding my title, and I apologize, my voice is going in and out. And so I did Show Mama You're Pretty, and I used some of the stickers that came with the Paige Evans Whimsical collection, I think. It's the one with the rainbow, the tiny ones with the rainbow on one side and like the pale pink on the other side. They're called Happy Life. And so I did them in the pale pink. And then here I make a big mistake. I thought, oh, I'll use my stamps in Stamp Dress because the oxide inks that I have, I'm like, they'll go really good. I hate it. I really do. I hate it so much. They do go fine, but I am off center and some of the stamping didn't turn out very well, and yeah, I really, really don't like it at all. So off screen, because I'm really upset with myself, I'm going to kind of cover it up. I'm going to put a label over it, and then I'm going to use the rainbow thickers and spell out dress. But that's pretty much going to be my layout. So I want to thank you so much for watching. If you don't subscribe to my channel, please do. If you're on SpiegelMom Scraps channel, please subscribe there as well. This video will be up on both channels actually. So, and don't forget, you can always use my code Daisie15 for 15% off your next purchase in the shop. Yeah, so thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and I'll see you again next time. Bye!